Thank you, Director Patel, for being here today. The FBI searched Jeffrey Epstein's Manhattan residence, correct?
I believe that happened in 2018. I think there was 2 locations, sir.
It's 2019, and in that residence, the FBI found a safe, correct?
I don't have the catalog of evidence in front of me.
In that residence, the FBI found a safe, correct?
I'll accept your representation.
Okay. And in that safe, the FBI found topless and lewd photographs of girls, correct?
Again, sir, I'll accept your representation. I don't know.
Thank you. It was all over the media at the time. There's a New York Times article from earlier this year that exists. So I just want to ask you a simple question. Is Prince Andrew on Epstein's client list?
The material related to Prince Andrew has been made public.
Is Prince Andrew on the client list?
We have released the index of names that were in Jeffrey Epstein's.
Is Donald Trump on Epstein's client list?
The index has been released, and the index will speak for
So I'm
itself.
just going to say, America, there's a huge red flag. The FBI director could not answer whether Donald Trump was on Epstein's
Gentleman's time
client
has
list.
expired.
All right, folks, buckle up because this one's explosive. A liberal lawmaker just called out one of the biggest failures of accountability in modern politics. Congressman Ted Lieu lit into the FBI over Jeffrey Epstein's secret files. And by the end, he exposed how deep the rot goes inside America's institutions of power. Before we dive in, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. This channel is where we go beyond headlines, confront corruption, and hold every side accountable. If you believe real patriotism means demanding the truth, hit that subscribe button and share this video. Here's what went down.
Thank you, Director Patel, for being here today. The FBI searched Jeffrey Epstein's Manhattan residence, correct?
I believe that happened in 2018. I think there was 2 locations, sir.
It's 2019, and in that residence, the FBI found a safe, correct?
I don't have the catalog of evidence in front of me.
In that residence, the FBI found a safe, correct?
I'll accept your representation.
Okay. And in that safe, the FBI found topless and lewd photographs of girls, correct?
Again, sir, I'll accept your representation. I don't know.
Thank you. It was all over the media at the time. There's a New York Times article that says Jeffrey Epstein is indicted on sex charges as discovery of nude photos is disclosed, dated July 8th, 2019. And the Times reports a trove of lewd photographs of girls was discovered in a safe inside financier Jeffrey Epstein's Manhattan mansion. Author Michael Wolff has conducted numerous interviews of Jeffrey Epstein. I'm going to play for you a video clip of what Michael Wolff said Epstein told him was in the safe and what he showed the author was in the safe. So let's please play that clip now.
Elected. And I was sitting talking to Epstein, and he said, "Wait a minute, I got to show you something." And then he went into his safe, and he came out with photographs. They were Polaroids, I think, and he he kind of spread them out like playing cards, and it was Trump. I mean, I think there were a dozen of them, and it was Trump with girls of an uncertain age at Epstein's Palm Beach house, where all of the things that he would ultimately be accused of took place. And I remember very vividly 3 of them. There are 2 in which Trump is, the girls, topless girls, are sitting on Trump's lap. And then a 3rd in which he has a stain on the front of his pants. And the girls are kind of pointing at it, sort of bent over, laughing.
So, Director Patel, I'm going to ask you a very broad and general question. As you know, Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein were friends. There are, of course, photos showing Donald Trump together with Epstein, correct?
I don't have the entirety of the photographs, but I think they've been photographed in public together.
All right. Are there any photos showing Donald Trump with girls of an uncertain age?
No.
How do you know that?
Because that information would have been brought to light by multiple administrations and FBI investigators over the course of the last 20 years.
Well, you know what? That's just not true, because no one knew about the creepy birthday message that Donald Trump wrote to Jeffrey Epstein until the Wall Street Journal disclosed it, and then all of a sudden, the Epstein estate provides it to Congress.
Well,
so certainly, you weren't there at the search. You don't know what Epstein may or may not have done with those photographs even prior to the search. Maybe someone has it. Maybe the Epstein estate has it.
You raise a great point.
So I'm going to ask you, have you asked to talk to Michael Wolff?
You raise a great point. I haven't personally asked to talk to Michael Wolff.
Has the FBI asked?
But the FBI, I'll get back to you if the FBI specifically
so Michael Wolff has
ever.
about 100 hours of testimony of Jeffrey Epstein. Wouldn't it be good for the FBI to interview Michael Wolff?
I'm not saying they haven't. I just don't know.
Has FBI subpoenaed the tapes that Michael Wolff has conducted of Jeffrey Epstein?
I don't know.
All right, so if you could provide us an answer, that would be terrific. Well, let me ask you this question then. Have you looked at all the photos in Epstein files?
I have looked at all the information that the investigators who investigated this case have provided to run out credible leads.
And in the Epstein file, was there that creepy birthday message that Donald Trump had written to Epstein?
But that's what I was trying to tell you. You raise a great point. The estate of Jeffrey Epstein has a voluminous amount of information that they have not released before.
Okay, so that's great. So wouldn't it be great if FBI subpoenaed the estate of Jeffrey Epstein for all that information?
The estate is under no obligation to provide that material, even pursuant to a subpoena. That's a great point.
Yeah, that's just false.
Okay.
That's just false. You're the frickin' FBI. You can subpoena the information from the estate, and you better do that.
That's literally not how it works.
I'm going to move on now and talk about Epstein's client list. You confirmed that it exists. Attorney General Pam Bondi confirmed earlier this year that it exists. So I just want to ask you a simple question. Is Prince Andrew on Epstein's client list?
The material related to Prince Andrew has been made public.
Is Prince Andrew on the client list?
We have released the index of names that were in Jeffrey Epstein's.
Is Donald Trump on Epstein's client list?
The index has been released, and the index will speak for
So I'm
itself.
just going to say, America is a huge red flag. The FBI director could not answer
Gentlemen.
whether Donald Trump was on Epstein's
Gentleman's time
client
has
list.
expired.
I
You're
yield
now
back.
recognized as the
That-
gentleman from Virginia.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to thank the director for being here.
Ted Lieu questioned FBI Director Patel about the 2019 search of Jeffrey Epstein's Manhattan mansion. That search, according to the New York Times and other outlets, uncovered a safe filled with lewd photographs of underage girls. Lieu pressed Patel on what exactly the FBI found and whether the Bureau investigated every lead tied to those images. Then came the bombshell. Lieu cited journalist Michael Wolff, who said that Epstein once showed him a stack of Polaroids, photos allegedly showing Donald Trump with topless girls of uncertain age at Epstein's Palm Beach home. Wolff said there were about a dozen photos, with at least 2 showing girls on Trump's lap, and one where Trump had a visible stain on his pants while the girls laughed. Lieu asked Patel directly, "Did the FBI find these photos? Were they ever investigated?" Patel dodged again and again, saying only, "I'll accept your representation." He wouldn't confirm or deny anything. Lieu pushed harder. Were there photos of Trump with minors? Did the FBI subpoena the Epstein estate for additional evidence? Did they interview Michael Wolff or obtain his recordings of Epstein? Patel's answer to all of it, "I don't know." That's not accountability, that's evasion. This wasn't a partisan ambush. Lieu wasn't demanding the release of victims' names or explicit materials. He was doing what Congress is supposed to do, oversight. He wanted to know whether the FBI has pursued every lead, followed the evidence wherever it goes, and treated the powerful the same as anyone else. But the exchange revealed something deeper. Patel claimed that some materials remain under control of the Epstein estate and may not be legally reachable. Lieu shot back that the FBI could subpoena that material, and he's right. The Bureau has every tool it needs. If they haven't used them, that's a choice, not a legal limitation. Then came the real flashpoint. Lieu asked whether Trump was on Epstein's client list. Patel refused to answer, saying only, "The index has been released and it speaks for itself." That's bureaucratic doublespeak, for we're not touching that. Think about that. The FBI director, head of the most powerful law enforcement agency in the country, couldn't give a straight answer about whether the former president of the United States appears in Epstein's files. That's not neutrality. That's fear. Let's be clear. This isn't about left versus right. It's about power versus accountability. Republicans scream about the weaponization of government when Trump is under investigation, but when his name surfaces in connection with Epstein, a convicted sex trafficker, they suddenly go silent. Transparency only seems to matter when it targets their enemies. Ted Lieu's questioning ripped that hypocrisy wide open. He reminded the public that the FBI has been sitting on Epstein evidence for years, materials that could expose not just Trump, but an entire network of elites who believe their wealth could buy them immunity. After the hearing, commentators summed it up perfectly. This was about 3 things: evidence, transparency, and politics. First, evidence. Patel said he's reviewed what investigators gave him, but that some evidence is held by the Epstein estate. If true, the FBI should have already issued subpoenas or sought court orders to obtain it. Anything less is negligence. Second, transparency. Lieu didn't ask for sensitive content to be published. He asked for inventories, redacted summaries, and legal explanations for what remains sealed. The public can handle the truth without victimizing survivors again. Third, politics. Every administration promises transparency. But when truth threatens the powerful, especially those with political connections, the process suddenly slows, the files stay sealed, and the public is told to move on. That's not justice. That's self-preservation. We can't let this become another scandal buried under paperwork. The Epstein investigation remains one of the most significant stories of modern times because it touches on the question of who the law really serves. If you think for a second that the FBI wouldn't have released every detail if these photos had been of a Democratic politician, you're kidding yourself. But because they might implicate Trump, silence suddenly becomes the patriotic thing to do. Ted Lieu did what every representative should. He made the FBI uncomfortable. Oversight is supposed to make power sweat. It's supposed to force answers out of the people who think they owe us none. Now, it's on us to keep the pressure alive. We need Congress to demand an itemized list of everything seized from Epstein's properties. We need subpoenas for the estate and testimony from anyone with first-hand knowledge, including Michael Wolff. And we need the FBI to explain why, after years of investigating, the public still doesn't know the full truth. If you care about justice, this isn't the time to tune out. Like this video, share it and tell your representatives that secrecy isn't acceptable. Real patriotism isn't about silence, it's about accountability. Because the minute we stop demanding answers, corruption wins. And that's something no true patriot, left, right, or center, should ever accept. Justice means sunlight. Let's make sure it gets some.